Hello everyone, my name is Sbaez and this is my presentation for my Communications 231 class at Central Piedmont Community College. There are 7,846,000,000 people on the earth. Yet how many of them will you meet or impact in your lifetime? Jackie Robinson, the famous baseball player, said, "Life is not important except for the impact it has on other lives." Something that impacts not only people but communities as well is volunteering. Where you volunteer is completely based on your interests, but volunteering in any environment builds character and community around you. For me personally, my parents have always encouraged me and my siblings to volunteer locally, whether that was folding t-shirts in the summer for the Operation Christmas Child plant here in Charlotte, visiting nursing homes around the holidays, or picking up litter at parks. I believe that everyone should get to feel the pride of helping change your community for the better by creating a new community of positivity where you're living. First, we need to talk about why volunteering is so important. Because of COVID, lots of people have been thrown into crisis, but volunteering needs were high before the pandemic even started. In California, the Office for Volunteers was tweeting about their desperate need for more volunteers in their food banks, and the Red Cross has been begging for more volunteers as recent as August 2020. Because people are worried about their own personal safety and staying afloat, no one is willing to help their neighbor who might be in worse shape than them. As time continues, this could become an extreme problem in the future. Now that we understand the importance of volunteering, let's talk about the solution to this growing problem. I believe that volunteering where you live locally creates a community that is positive, and it builds character for you personally. And I'm not the only one who believes this. Sbaez and Graham, in their book, Volunteering is Leisure, Leisure is Volunteering, says that the longer you are connected and invested in a volunteering community, the more impact that community has on you and you have on them. This shows us that what you put in, you get out of volunteering. While volunteering might sound like daunting work, it's not as strenuous as you might think, especially if you are doing something you love as well. The veterinary record says that people who volunteered doing what they loved were more self-confident, had increased life satisfaction, and had reduced symptoms of depression in the long run. While this article was talking specifically about volunteering with animal shelters, it also applies to everywhere that you have an interest. Furthermore, according to the Baltimore Sun, there are lots of different volunteering opportunities that can be tailored to your strengths, so you can find the perfect community to join. As you become more invested in your community, you'll naturally grow closer to the people around you and create a new, smaller community. Suze Evanti from the HR Daily Advisor says that trust and happiness go together when it comes to volunteering. This has been accurately recreated in TV shows and movies that show the community coming together and acting like each other's family. If time is the biggest component keeping you from volunteering, you can also talk with the people in charge to help you find balance where you can still volunteer in that area without it hurting your other obligations. Next, let's look at some pros and cons to volunteering. Volunteering has so many benefits, but one of the greatest is the ability to shape your community. As you help in any area, you contribute to the environment and can make it a better place for everyone, including the people to come after you. On the other hand, depending on where you choose to volunteer, volunteering can be very humbling work. Cleaning up after people or animals can be disgusting at times, and thankless under certain leaders. What makes volunteering worth doing are all the people you meet and help along the way, and what the impact you're able to make on that community and the impact they make on you. Before I finish, let's discuss some steps for becoming more active in your community. First, find a group that you want to volunteer with that will help you grow as a person and allow you to do something that interests you. Remember to start small and be willing to step out of your comfort zone in pursuit of growth. I know that I will personally be looking for more opportunities to volunteer locally to better my community, because without the first step, there can be no change. In conclusion, it is important to volunteer because it builds you into a better person and strengthens and changes the community where you live. Here are a few places to start looking for volunteer opportunities. I've listed a few websites and where they lead to if you're interested to know more. The volunteer page that CPCC has is even broken up into interests, so I highly recommend you start there. Here is a list of sources that I used for this presentation. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great rest of your day.